And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is Tuesday, I think. Yes, we are definitely on our Tues today. I hope you're having a day that's full of fun and excitement, or maybe just streams and other fun and excitement of things and stuff. I'm rambling. Let's get into some Minecraft because Minecraft is fun, and we're going to be totally doing the mining and crafting today, or probably just the crafting and the building today, because that's going to be the plan. So our first step here, inventory. Yes, we got plenty of red terracotta. Our first step is going to be come around and try to finish up our walls here, which is definitely going to involve a little bit more diggy, I think. All right, so make sure I know where I'm going with this. So I should be coming right under there. Yes, that means we're going to have a lot of... Okay, so we are going to be doing some mining. Yeah, apparently a lot of mining, so, that's fine. That's fine. Everything will be great. So we may be doing something fun with this at some point in the not too distant future, but that's a problem for future me. Let's go ahead and finish digging out this section of wall so we can get the new section of wall in, because that's where the fun and excitement is going to be, or at least all of the block placing. Also, I had a little bit of a thought. I know, hold your breath, it's okay. I had a little bit of a thought for what I might do for some of the decorations in this wall. I was talking about it the other day, that I need to have light on the wall, right? Light is life. Light shows that there is life in this building, okay? And that's going to be a lot of what we're going to be dealing with, or at least after the walls are up, and I can start adding some, start adding the decorations and things, okay? It's going to be all about the light. Now, so I don't really need to pull out all of that wool, but at least some of it. Anyway, actually I might want lots of it, because I'm going to need to be placing it, as I recall, along the bottom edge of this wall. But anyway, I was thinking about the light, and I think I know what I'm going to do with it. So that'll be fun as we go. But for now, let's get some of this going. What might be interesting is I've got the loading chest on the other side of the building, because that's kind of where I expect to be coming into this area. But it might, just might, maybe. Okay. Do have a... Yeah, we're going to have to put in another gate over here, which is fine. I think I've designed one. I think I built one already, so kind of know what that's going to look like. Anyway, I was just thinking that maybe it would be good to have a some sort of drop on this side of the dealy bob, the side of the storage room, so that if I am on this side, I can throw things in and it will get taken back and placed where it needs to go. Seems like it might be a wise thing to do. I don't know that I'm going to do it right today. Certainly have a lot. We've got a lot to do today. I don't know if that's all going to happen, but we'll see. Yeah, having something over there that I can dump into maybe a minecart. A minecart with chest that would run all the way over this way. And then feed items into this area here. Right. Basically, you would have to come and drop them down into this hopper, which is totally doable. I could make that happen. Definitely have room for it. Okay, that's something to think about. But not now. Not right this instant. Right this instant, we have stuff to place. We have a wall to build, my friends. Indeed, it will be a wall of much walliness or something, I think, here. Yes, I believe this is the case. Right. So this is going to come up this way. Yeah, like so. And then... Wow. Okay. Inventories. Mess, but it's okay. Lots of different blocks. Okay. Back. Oh, I'm standing on that. No wonder. It's like, how did I keep going there? I thought it was at the edge of the... Yeah. No, we're good. I'm not just flying creatively or something. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this wall here, but I will be tearing it out again at some point fairly soon. But it's just going to be easier to build it now, and then we'll go fix it in a minute. Or probably in a few minutes, actually. Anyways, how's all your... Hope you're all having a good Tuesday. How's it all going? Are you doing okay? Hopefully not having too many unbearable trials. Those aren't nearly as fun as one might hope, you know? Okay. Up and up. Okay. That's fine. Let's get this. I should have enough terracotta to finish this wall. I'm probably going to have to craft up a bunch more to do the what is the north wall, I guess it is. That wall is going to be interesting in that it doesn't have a gate on that side. Once I get the ceiling on, I'm going to have to set up a some sort of elevator. And I may probably just go with a generic bubble vader. I haven't upgraded the server here to to have the sulfur ones yet, which are fun and stuff. In fact, I have a project that's sort of on hold, waiting for the sulfur geysers. But I haven't had the time to sit down and ensure all of the everything is updated and ready for it. So now that all of the mods we use are up to date, and it's not like server doesn't use a lot. I have a few more that I use on my client. Oh, speaking of mods, okay. Speaking of mods, starting on August 4th, which should be next week, a week from today, in fact, I'm going to be starting a new modded Minecraft series. Okay, which is going to be all sorts of fun, I think. So check that out. It's also going to be my birthday. So, yeah, a little birthday stream going on. You know, we all like having a few of those around, right? At least once a year, I like to have a birthday. So, yeah, we'll just deal with that as the time comes. Okay, I think that needs to be taller. Okay, do I have... I don't have any resin on me, which is fine. Okay. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and drop this. Now, I do have to be a little bit careful. I mean, that should light up if that's full, but we should be seeing... Yeah. Deep slate should start filling those barrels up. All right, let's see what I've got in the way of food, actually. Because my my golden carrots are about gone. And that's sad. But yes, I will be starting a new modded series on next Tuesday. And that'll be fun. It's mostly going to be AE2 and Create, which are both fun mods. I like them a lot, so we're going to have all sorts of fun playing those. All right. Let's see if I've got all the stuff here I need. Yeah, red terracotta. There we go. Whether that's enough or not, it's a different question. But for now, we'll hope. She'll definitely hope. And do I have any more dark gray wool unpackaged? I don't think so. Now, I did have wool coming over here, but I don't think I threw any to be sorted, so that's fine. We'll just come over to the wool farm, because that's what wool farms are for, is providing, you know, wool. I know, it's weird and stuff, but true. I think just one stack will be... actually, probably two. Okay, I do like this red and gray look. But I'm going to be adding some touches of green to help light this area up, and I think it's going to look really good. We're going to be doing some testing with it, but I'm kind of excited for what we're going to be doing. So hopefully we'll get a chance to dig into that here this stream. Wait. Need to get up there so that I can reach those blocks. All right. Right. There we go. Oh, man. It was a weird day today. Came home from work, and then suddenly water was falling from the sky in vast quantities. It was very confusing. Yeah, no, it was... We had a significant rainstorm for about 15 minutes, which is about all we get here when it comes down to it. Doesn't rain that much here, so it was great to see it. I might have to shift some things. Because let's see, this is the back wall of this hallway. I like that look, and that means I probably am going to have to move this wall over by one. Okay, which is fine. I don't think it's going to matter that much. I mean, I don't have a lot going on this other side that it is going to matter, but, you know. But yeah, it was fun. It rained, which cooled things off a little bit, which is great, but also jacked up the humidity, which sucks. I mean, to be fair, it raised it to maybe, you know, 50%. Ah, the joys of living in a desert, you know? Okay, yeah, so if I run it across this row here, yeah, I'll have to shift some things over on the other side, but I think it's going to make it. It's going to make things a little bit nicer here. Yeah. All right. Can do that. So, this is going to have to go. All right. Sweet. And then, let's come at this with some wool. Also, this is all going to have to come out. Okay, which is fine. It's going to become red terracotta coming up this way. Yeah, no, please. Disappear. Alright. Cool. So this is going to come up on this side like so. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I just was just confused. It's all good. Okie. Jesus. Alright, now this is going to come across this way. Okay, so yeah, this gray wool is just a really nice color to go with this red terracotta. You know, I like building with the terracottas. I don't do it as much as I probably should. It's just, they've got a good texture, good color for the most part. So, all right. Cool. So let's go ahead and run this. Okay. Oh, let's get that block out of there. All right. But anyway, yes. So it's going to be fun, though. I think starting a new world, and of course, as it goes with new worlds, you know, I'll be back with stone knives and bear skins, but that's all right. That's okay. It'll be fun to get into all of the excitement there. Yeah, I really wanted to be. I really wanted to play with AE2, applied energistics. I think it actually is, and I've never played with it before, and I wanted to give it a shot. And then I just decided to add create to it, just because I love create. So there are a handful of different mods I've got to support all of that, and you know, things of that nature. But okay, I think I got everything. Do I have? Oh, I do have a little bit of overflow happening here. Let's see if I need to set a filter. Probably do, because I probably don't have everything in this. Tile slabs. Here we go. Okay. All right. Let's get this wall up. All right, and up we go. All right. Yeah, this will be good. I've been putting off this project for so long. I'm glad to actually have it, to actually be working on it, you know? Said I've got some, I would still need to go through and set all the filters. That's the really tedious part of any sort of storage system. Doesn't matter how you do it. If it's an automated system, going through and setting the filters is the longest, tedious portion of anything. But it's so nice once it's all done. But we're not doing that today. That's a problem for future me. We'll, today, trying to get this exterior in place. Really, I'm hoping to get most of the building done. Okay. And by building, I mean the structure. May not get the whole build done, but at least get the outer shell in place, the roof in place, right? All of that type of stuff. And that'll be good, I think. Getting all of that in place. Yeah, it's been one of those things I've been thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it for so long, just not entirely sure what I wanted to do with it. Now I'm still not entirely sure what I want to do with it, but at least I have a vague idea. So that's something. Yeah, it's not bad to only have vague ideas of things you're doing, because that gives you a framework to be creative, right? If you know exactly what you're doing, then that's still fine, right? But if you've got just an idea, then you can start to shape it and let the creative juices flow, and that can be a fun process. I actually enjoy that process. So that's kind of where we're going to be at today. Okay, what am I stuck on? Those, and this goes away. All right. Okay, I'm gonna have to get some more terracotta. Not a huge amount more, though, fortunately. Okay, that's orange. There we go. All right, let's go get some more red dye. The rails are so weird, watching them disappear like that. Or watching the ties all separate out like that. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Got some dyes. I don't know if I set up a slot for dyes in the storage yet. I mean, it doesn't matter right this instant, but still. Okay, that'll work for the moment. Speaking of things that work, I really like this this cup. You can get it at musicfreegaming.com. And yeah, it's nice. It's holds about 12 ounces, which is just perfect. Okay, yeah, it looks like we've got some. Oh, did I throw some wool in there? Apparently I did, and I don't think that wool is sorted correctly, so that's fine. Get it. If it ends up here in the overflow, or maybe it is. Nope, I did not set it in the wool. All right, well, we're gonna have some here in the not too distant future. That's fine. It's fine. Just grab another stack from the farm and, you know, fill in what I need to fill in. But let's see. Now I'm sitting here like, ooh, should be funny and stuff. I don't know what's. Can't be funny. I'm not a stand-up. However, I am looking forward to watching a bunch of stand-up in the near future. Tubi has a bunch of Rita Rudner stand-up specials, and I am looking forward Really? I'm out now? I'm looking forward to seeing them. Rita, she was a she was a comedian that her and Jeff Dunham saved a holiday trip. Actually, I mean, I guess it really wasn't even holidays. It was something else. But how did I get tile in there? It's not supposed to go in there. Yeah, we were traveling, and our car died, which was not fabulous. Yeah, and so we were driving cross country. The car just completely bit it halfway through Kansas. We were on our way to New England, I think, for my aunt's wedding, and it was bad. It just totally bombed out on us. Which was not ideal, it turns out. Okay, let's see if I only need one. Of course. Got it. Okay. If I get a second one, I can set a filter here. I didn't set labels here, did I? No, because they're over here. Oh, okay. I do have wool set as a filter there. All right, awesome. So the wool makes its way across. These guys who are idiots. You know what I might need to do is get in there with some vines or something. Okay, hey, munchkins, move. Okay. All right. Yeah, if I get in there and place some vines in, there's no collision with vines. Vines turn off collision, so that would solve that problem that I just ran into. Oops, cheese monkeys. Ow. Okay, we're all going to just die a slow, painful death by ramming our face into walls over and over again. Honestly, you know, it's like we're looks maxing, but, you know, without having the result of broken jaws and, you know, apparently faces that look like things. I don't know how that works. I don't follow that garbage. All right. Now, I think I mentioned it before, but the ceiling I think is pretty much just going to be deep slate bricks. I don't think I'm going to go overly crazy with this here. Plus, I do want it to sort of blend in with the portal that's there. So yeah, we're going to be having all sorts of crazy fun. All right, so our next step here. I believe I've got terracotta. Old terracotta. Yep. All right, we'll just go ahead and offload some of that. I don't have any signs on me, but I think I'm going to want to put dyes in that chest. All right, well, let's go get ourselves some stuff. Yeah, I'll just break through this wall. All right. What am I getting? Oh, yeah. Deep slate bricks. Okay. Yep. Don't need that snow anymore. It's great for setting filters and stuff, though. Deep slate bricks. Yeah, we've got a bunch of cracked bricks. which we may need as well, honestly. Okay. Let's get up here and now I think I do want to get some light up here as well. I don't know what that's going to look like, but it would be nice to have some sort of glow in, around, or under that portal. Okay. You know, as far as the generation goes, right? They generate with soul sand and fires and stuff under them, soul fires, which is great. It's a nice look. Very lovely. So I think having some form of something like that is going to be handy. Okay. Nope. Apparently not. All right. Nope, things are good. Speaking of good, and I hope things are going okay with you. You know, this is a good week. If you have been sort of on the fence, this is a good week to become a supporter over at musicfreegaming.com, because I posted a supporter newsletter. I post these every week, but this one really breaks down some serious changes that are coming to the channel. Some are serious, some you won't even notice probably. Some you may not. Some of them you may notice. You know, some trying to work through some things, but break all of that down at musicfreegaming.com for supporters. Yep, got some fun stuff coming, and not just the new modded series next week. Though, that I think is going to be fun. That one I broke a rule I've lightly held for a while, and I added a biomes mod. I added biomes aplenty. So we're going to get all sorts of new biomes all over the place in that world. So that'll be fun. Looking forward to dealing with that in survival. I had to do a test run to make sure all the mods work together and stuff. So I have loaded up a test world in creative. Flew around a little bit to make sure that, yes, the biomes were generating, that type of thing. You know, I think let's run these cracked blocks around the outside here. Or at least the outside of this portal. Okay. I will go out and craft a bunch of regular bricks, since you can do that with just regular deep slate now, which is awesome. But we'll just run the cracked here around the outside of the structure. I think that'll end up looking... Well, I don't know if it'll end up looking good, but at least it'll be a start. I can always come in and break up all of the cracked, or frankly, I can go in and break up all the brick too. So, well, let's get a couple of times around here, and then we'll go craft up a bunch of bricks. That way. Not this way. I know. Thinks it goes that way, but it's wrong. Okay. But let's see what else is going on. Oh, I should no, not a lot else going on. I had a thought, but I'm gonna wait on that. So, oh, spoilers, but okay. Oh yeah, one more round this way. Okay, and then back around like so. All right. Nice. Let's go get some more brick. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, right. This is the back door that is blocked off. Again, fine. Totally fine. Definitely some things that are worth being blocked, I guess. All right, so let's go ahead and throw that in. Okay, yeah, lots of deep slates. But this is so nice that I can just take the deep slate bricks like this. It's handy. All right, let's get the top in place. Sorry. Yeah, this is the other thing that's been going on because of all of the rain and the humidity. It's been playing merry havoc with my sinuses. So I've been dealing with not exactly allergies necessarily, because it's not, but I'm definitely getting all sorts of messed up stuff from my allergies. And of course, that's now leading into fun stuff with my throat that makes it a little bit harder to talk. So if I end up clearing my throat a lot like I just did, that's why. Yeah, not the most fun ever. On the plus side, I am happy to have marginally cooler weather. I mean, it doesn't get nearly as hot here as it does in some places like Arizona or Texas or, you know, Australia in the summer. But still, it's what you're used to, right? And the 90 degrees Fahrenheit is just a little warmer than we're typically used to around here. There's gonna be so much. Sorry here. It's gonna be a little slow going, but it's okay. Hopefully we'll be able to get this done fairly quick, and then we get into some of the decorative stuff around the rest of the outside. This was actually bouncing around my head a little bit while I was wanting to sleep last night. I had some interesting thoughts and stuff of just ideas of things I want to do for color and other things, which I think is going to be good. Like I said, I want to bring in some green, and I think a nice dark green is going to be great. Okay. So much. Deep slates. Oh boy, this is not going to be enough. Is anybody surprised? Probably not. Okay. may do some more up here. I'm almost certainly going to do some more up here to decorate all this stuff and make this area look a little nicer. Like I said, we're going to add some light under here as well, which I'm not entirely sure what that's going to look like, but I've got some ideas. But we'll see. I'm hoping. Of course, this is the short side, isn't it? Yeah, because it turns out the portal is not centered under this central keep. It's actually pushed towards the back of it a little bit. Yeah, which is fine. But, yeah. But it means we've got a lot to do. Come on, scroll wheel. Do your thing. I don't want to have to replace this mouse. I mean, I've got other mice sitting in boxes around behind me, but I really don't want to have to replace the mouse. You know, it's not like it's doing a lot for me right now, but still. Jump up. There we go. But yeah, the scroll wheel is just a little bit funky. Scrolling, I think scrolling up. You can see it once in a while. It wants to like shift back. And that's a little annoying. It gets really wonky when I'm playing Terraria. Because I have to do, because I use the scroll wheel to navigate the hotbar, because I can't really hit the hotkeys for that very easily. And that makes it a little bit tough. Okay. Oh, is that it? Jeez. Okay. Let's go see. I think I might have a fair amount of raw deep slate back in the original storage. I think. Yeah, got a bunch. Okay. I also apparently have a fair amount of brick here too, but we'll go with this first. All right. Bricks. All the bricks. So many bricks. Okay. Yeah, we'll get all this converted. And then, hopefully we'll be able to... I want to be able to finish this roof. Really would like to. You know, it seems silly to, you know, finish something on a Minecraft build. But yes, it turns out some people actually do finish things. And I kind of want to be one of those people today. Where I actually finish something. I know, it's weird. I often joke that no Minecraft build is ever finished. But sometimes they are. And this is one that, okay, the build won't be finished today, but maybe the roof will be, right? That would be really nice. Okay, good. Keep it going. Alright, so let's see. What else is there anything else going on? Probably. Bunch, of course, what was San Diego Comic-Con right over the weekend? Which is fun, I suppose, for the people who like to go to such things. Marvel had some fun announcements, I guess. You know, Ryan Gosling is going to be playing Ghost Rider. which I hope that movie actually gets made. Marvel's had a bad habit lately. It's almost as bad as Lucasfilm of announcing things and then not having those things happen. I think Lucasfilm's been a little bit worse lately. Just too bad, because I want more Star Wars. Actually, Lucasfilm needs to get their act together and get a bunch of not Star Wars things moving too. Because they've got a lot of IP they could work with. Of course, they could always do original IP. That would just be weird, but they could do it. But I have a feeling it's not going to be too long before they give Indiana Jones a soft reboot. And what I mean by that is I don't think they're going to throw out anything that Harrison Ford has done, right? I don't think they're going to say, oh no, canon for Indiana Jones completely resets and all of Raiders and stuff doesn't exist anymore. No, I don't think they're going to do that. But I think what they'll do is want to tell more Indiana Jones stories. And let's face it, Harrison Ford is done playing Indiana Jones. Whether he wants to be or not, Dial of Destiny kind of proved that nobody wants an 80-year-old Indiana Jones. They want 30-year-old Indiana Jones fighting Nazis, right? Or exploring jungles looking for treasure and stuff, right? That's what you want out of Indiana Jones. You're not looking for geriatric, college professor Indy. Though I always liked seeing Indy as a college professor, right? Seeing that he's not just this rogue, he actually is a smart guy. And seeing him use his knowledge is actually kind of cool. Right, that's just... You actually got to see some of that too in Crystal Skull, which was not exactly the... It was not the best Indiana Jones movie of all time. I liked it better than Dial of Destiny. But you actually got to see that Indy was able to use some of his knowledge and experience to actually work through and solve puzzles and not just blunder through them, And that was exciting. I always like to see that. So I'm just off by one everywhere here, aren't I? So yeah, I think we're gonna see Indiana Jones rebooted somewhat. Probably call it 10 years. Okay, might only be 5. But somewhere in that range, I think Lucasfilm, they're going to need to branch out from Star Wars. And they've got Indy, they've got Star Wars, they've got Willow, but I think something scared them off with Willow. I'm not entirely sure what. Because they made that series on Disney Plus, and then memory hold it. Now, to be fair, the series wasn't good, but it was on Disney Plus. It's not like they were holding theaters or something for it. Wow. Am I gonna actually have to mine Deep Slate? I can, but that's gonna take forever. I don't think I have a haste beacon still set up over the Badlands, so I might, but okay, I don't want to deal with the cracked right now. Okay. Yeah, we are definitely running short of bricks. Do I have a spot for dye here? Yes, I did. Just throw that there. In case you're wondering, I have a resource pack on that quiets chests. If you're wondering, it's like, why can I not hear the chests? That's why. Okay. The good news is there's a lot of deep slate around here. Kind of happens when you're living in an ancient city in the deep dark. There's a lot of deep slate around. Just a matter of where I want to dig it from. So I'm actually kind of curious. Might be worth zipping back to the Badlands to see if I still have a haste beacon up. But I don't think so. I think I got rid of those. Or turned them off or something. I don't know. Somewhere. All right. Well, let's get as far as we can with this mess. This looks like I'm going to have to get probably 4 or 5 stacks. Okay, which 6 stacks maybe? Ugh. Okay. Great. Where do I want to start digging? Actually, this is an interesting question. Do I want to remove this wall? Now I've got a little bit of furnace output coming across this way. I could take this section of storage, rotate things, and have it sweep over here, or even come back around this way if I wanted to. It's an interesting thought. I do kind of like the idea of... do I like the idea of tearing out this wall? Yeah, actually, I think I do. Alright, so... well, diggy time, I suppose. Of course, I still don't have a hoe on me, but... that's okay. Oh, I do have a hoe on me. Awesome. Okay, I mean, it's a silk touch hoe, but... that's fine. Alright, so, let's... keep digging, I guess. Yeah, I think this will be good. Well, to clear this area out, and then what I can do is sort of set up a bit of a nicer area behind the buildings where I've got the wheat farm, the cactus farm and stuff. I'm not going to do it probably anytime soon. But by cleaning that area out, it gives me options, which I think is going to be good. I'm just happy to be sort of out of this area. So I don't know if I'm going to be back doing a lot of work here, but I needed a change from the other stuff I was working on, and I sort of got in that unfinished project mood. Do you ever get in that mood? That mood that says, hey, I have a bunch of things I had been working on, and I decided I needed to go do something else, and now it's time to get back to it. That's kind of where we're at. Ah, they're up there. I know there aren't any shriekers here, so I'm not worried about those, but they are annoying. Okay. That's fine. Look, sand. Yep, it's just sort of hanging out up there, isn't it? Alright, well, I've got to dig out this anyway, so let's make the way up here. Okay. There we go. Well, that area is taken care of. Or at least all of that, those happy little skulk sensors. I haven't done anything cool with those in this world. I did cool stuff with creakings, but I haven't done anything cool with the skulk sensors. I don't know what I would want to do with them, which that's generally an important part of the, hey, let's do something cool with them. It's like, okay, great, what? I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of about where I'm sitting with them right at the moment. And yes, there's lots of stuff you can do with them that's really cool, but nothing that I have right off the top of my head, so just keep digging all this stuff out. Yeah, at least there's some tough. So it'd be a little bit nicer with a haste beacon. Obviously, you still can't insta-mine it, but it would be nice. Yeah, that's it. I've heard some people suggest it, and I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea. But to have netherite, efficiency 5 netherite with a haste beacon, be able to insta-mine deep slate. If you had efficiency 5 diamond, you wouldn't be able to do it. So you need netherite tools. That I think would be kind of cool. That I think would be a reasonable. At least it gives you a real reason to get netherite. Now I could easily see players, you know, heck, myself included, who it's just not worth the effort to get netherite for most things. And I totally get that. Yeah, I got netherite because I could, really, but and it just looks cool. But there isn't a lot of reason for me to have netherite armor in this world. Again, netherite tools are a little bit something else, but netherite armor, not so much. All right. I'm going to have to go. Let's go set a couple of filters here. Where is Skulk, actually? It's down there somewhere, I think. Yeah, I think it's over there. Alright, well, that's fine. Let's set some filters. Okay, did I label it? Ah, I did. Ah, nice. Alright, well, let's give these guys something to do with their lives. Alright. Wonderful. Yeah. Oh, I need to... I'm just about to go ham with this deep slate. No, I have to turn it into bricks first. Okay, bricks. Okay. Alright, that should That'll get me a ways, okay? Not totally and completely everywhere, but I hope it'll get me close to being done. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get all of this. Alright, fill that in, and now we're back over here. Yep. Things are a little bit off, but that's okay. We'll fill it all in, and it won't matter. Okay. Then, once we get the ceiling in, so I've got very vague ideas of things to do with the wall to add some decorative stuff, and I'm not entirely sure of the details yet, but I have a really vague idea, so that'll be good. Okay. All right. You know, I'm actually a little bit worried. Mojang recently announced that they're upping the minimum requirements for Minecraft. And their recommended system is actually slightly beefier than the machine I'm gaming on right now. This machine is better than their minimum specs, but I don't have the video card. Sadly, I'm stuck with an ancient video card. I've got like a 1080 in this box, which is fine for now, but yeah, depending on what happens going forward, it could be a problem. Especially since guess who doesn't have the cash to replace the video card? Yep, if you guessed me, you are right. Okay. That's okay. I mean, if I have to, I can play modded on older versions and do okay, but yeah, I think part of what's bumping up the requirements, especially on the video card side of things, is vibrant visuals. Which, I don't know, I don't entirely like the look of vibrant visuals. I've played with shaders, and you know, there are some shaders that look really good. The complementary shaders look great. Silder shaders look pretty good. But vibrant visuals, I don't know. There's something about them that I'm not overly fond of. And I'm not, I can't really express what it is. I don't know if it's just maybe it's what it does to the colors. That might be it. Because for me, I like shaders. Okay, sure, you get cool shadows, you get other things, but I really like being able to see the colors. And sure, they'll go into shade and some other things. But I think vibrant visuals changes the colors too much. Just as the sun comes across and hits your build and things like that, or in different biomes. Okay. I think you just end up with colors that are just wrong. Maybe it's the... I remember, so they were showing at Minecraft Live not too long ago the new dappled forest, which looks great. It's like, okay, and here's the new wood for the dappled trees, and it's this gray, but it looked, when you set it next to the pale oak, it didn't quite look like the pale oak, but whatever it was they were going for, it didn't look like that either. And part of it is just because the way the sun was hitting the blocks, and it was just turning the dappled wood this it just didn't well represent the color of gray it actually was. And it's actually a nice gray. I'm looking forward to playing with it. I would really like to have a nice blue or green to play with, but you know, honestly, I think those, if they were to add a real nice blue or green, it would have to come out of another biome. Okay, which isn't a bad thing. You know, people keep, I mean, it's almost gotten to the point where it's just a meme now for an end update. And honestly, I'm not entirely sure I want an end update. I would like maybe another dimension before an end update. Okay. I kind of like the concept of the end being sort of lifeless and stuff, like it's actually space. But we're going to see in Dungeons 2, Minecraft Dungeons 2, which launches fairly soon, actually. Apparently, that portal is one that you get to go through in Minecraft Dungeons 2. Yeah, so we'll climb out this way. And if that's the case, then we might see a biome over there that could have all sorts of alien trees. All, you know, with strange woods and all sorts of stuff. And that might be where you get your really blue and green wood. It's like with the stems, the mushroom stems that are in the nether, right? The crimson and the warped blocks, right? Those are trees that color teal that you get from the warped blocks in particular, but also the reddish pink of the crimson. Those are not colors that you would see in the overworld, I think. Because the overworld stays fairly close, within some reasonable exceptions. Stays fairly close to our world as far as the types of plants and things we might see. Well, that being the case, having a good solid blue or solid green, unless you're making it out of a stone, right? Create Mod has some really, really nice minerals. Some verdant blocks or something like that. I think they call them verdite or something weird like that. That's a really nice green. Still not quite the green I look for sometimes, but it works out well. So I could make it a mineral, which is fine. You know, as long as you get the full block set, stairs, slabs, bricks, all, you know, that type of thing. Or if they make it a tree, right, you get all of your logs and all of that nonsense. So if that's the case, then either a new dimension, right, through the portal, right, through whatever happy portal you've got in the ancient city, that would be great. Or, as I said, coming out of, you could do it in the end, right? You could throw up some end stuff and do it that way, but I don't know. I don't know quite what that would look like, but I really think a new dimension with the wardens and some other stuff would be really cool, and I think that would be the place to put those sorts of trees. And yeah, I do. I think I would like to. I'd like to see that before I see an end update. All right. Well, speaking of seeing things, we now have the building is now done, or at least the structure of the building is done. We have a roof. We've got some stuff here. Let's hop over on this side. I need wool. Right? Yep. Some wool. I need some, yeah, resin and some chiseled. Let's get over here. And let's sort of figure out what's happening with this doorway. Which, oh, I should probably get some diorite as well. Okay, but first, let's at least finish getting the floor in place. Okay. Now this becomes... Okay. That I'm going to have to light up with some sea lanterns, which is fine. I've got a bunch of those. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I need a place to put bone blocks. I don't know what that place is going to be, but I definitely need one for it. Okay. Bone blocks. Let's throw that gravel in there. Oh, look! Deep slate bricks. Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I guess I can put the skulk in there too. Right. I have, again, somewhere in here, I probably was just looking at. Somewhere beyond the sea. Somewhere. Where did they go? I had sea lanterns. I had a bunch of them. Right, that's frog lights. Am I blind? I mean, possibly. Or I'm just out of sea lanterns. That's apparently a thing too. Okay. Let's go stick these in the sorter, apparently. Again, it's not like I went through and said, oh yes, all of this is going to be here, you know? Okay, right, so that'll go there, and then these guys goes here. All right, and now those should sort. All right. All right, but at least I've got some diorite. Let's get this diorite polished up. Okay, and I want to finish what's happening here. At least bring this to the wall. All right, I'm gonna have to get. What did I do? Did I do pale oak over here? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to need some pale oak. Oops. Oh, that's fine. I can target underneath it. That's okay. Got it. Okay. All right, so this is all going to come across like so. Yeah, definitely need to cover up those hoppers from the bottom, but that's okay. It's nothing crazy. All right. Nice. So then this comes in this way, and then I had... Okay, so right underneath that, at the level of the wall here. Okay, so right here, it looks like I had this stuff. Okay. Nope, that doesn't go there. This comes out here. get... Oops. Okay. The wool goes that way. Now, did I did actually frame that out completely. Okay. Well, that's fine. All right, so we're going to do the same thing here. Okay. So we just bring up all of our wool like so. All right, and then the same thing on this side after I enjoy a delicious carrot. Speaking of delicious, I had as I've mentioned it a few times, I'm having to go with a sort of, or actually I'm just having to cut beef and pork and turkey, annoyingly, out of my diet because of, gout, which, again, not fun. Not the most fun in the world. Okay. Let's be sure I'm doing this. It's minus 44. Sure I'm doing this right. Minus 44. Yes, okay. All right. Well, I've been trying a few meat substitutes, which, yeah, they haven't been fabulous so far. Let me just leave it at that. But I had some, I got a couple of packages of Impossible Burger. And these were packaged up 12-ounce blocks, similar to how you might buy ground beef or something like that. That stuff was not fabulous. My son described it as having both the texture and the taste of cat food. Okay, which, to be fair, I don't think he was wrong. It's not quite that bad. The texture is kind of, but the taste wasn't that bad. No, that's not true. By itself, the taste isn't great. But we had a package left. I needed to use it for something. Or I had to use it in something, because otherwise it's just going to sit there. So I made up some chili con carne, except instead of beef, to fulfill that carne part thing, I used the Impossible Burger. And that worked out reasonably well. Ended up with a fairly tasty chili. Also, it's that time of year again where Hatch and Pueblo chilies are available, which, if you have the option to put Hatch or Pueblo chilies in your Mexican food, whatever your Mexican food is that might call for chilies, yeah, use that. It is so good. Now, I admit, it's probably harder to get that outside of Colorado and New Mexico, and they're only really available for a limited time, because, it's just, all right, harvest has started for those, and they only grow them in Pueblo and New Mexico, so at least I think they only grow them in Pueblo and New Mexico. So, yeah. All right. Cool. Now I do need to finish the hallway down there, but we'll worry about that later. All right. So now that we have the building done, we've got a bunch of just red walls, okay? Which I want to do something about. What do I want to do? I'm not entirely sure. Now, I thought about doing something here, but I don't really have the space, because this right behind this, the terracotta, is the stuff, and I could maybe thicken up the wall and do something there. I suppose that's always a possibility. That's really a possibility. I could do that. It would bring the arch in, and then I would, if I could stop it there. Okay. Let me go get the secret ingredient here. which I hope will actually work out really well. All right, secret ingredient I have a fair amount of up on the surface. Unfortunately, it's going to take us a minute to get up there. Turns out this ancient city is under a fairly reasonable-sized hill, and does take a while. So what I'm thinking is getting some spruce leaves. I'm going to have to get some more spruce leaves if I want to pull this off. Fortunately, I have spruce trees, so we can try that. But let's see what this looks like first, and then we'll worry about the rest of it here. Okay. Now I chose spruce leaves because they're actually a fairly dark leaf, which is nice. And I want that darker green. But they also have a really fun texture. I think that might work out nicely here. So there are some things we can do here, also along the top of the wall. We've got options, because remember, without the gamma override, it looks like this and it's dark. So definitely going to have to be doing something there. But let's try this. Step 1. What if I put in the leaves here? How does that look? I mean, it's okay. I think I want to light it up, but I mean, it's okay. Yeah, so what I was looking at, see if I pull some of this out, and I bring in the leaves like that. So that, I think, is going to look cool, right? The green with the red. There's just some stuff I'm going to have to do with it to make it work out right. I think that is not it. Ack! Let's try this again without falling. Go. Okay. But see, I'm kind of looking at something along these lines, and it does need, it's going to need a little bit of something around it, because I don't quite like how, I mean, I say how sharp it is. I mean, it is, but maybe the verdant frog lights? Right, but if I, oh, jeez. Ow. Right. There's a wall here. Okay, but if I were to come back here, clean out this mess. Okay. And, yep, it's a mess. Okay. We clean that out and then put in like frog lights behind it. Okay, right. See, that's going to be a little bit better, but I think I have another option here. Okay. And I don't know for sure, but I'm going to play with something. Now, did I just break something? Maybe not. Okay, so that's going to go in there. Let's go ahead and throw those tiles in. Oh. Yeah, that gray carpet should go in too, but I need to set a filter for it. Sorry, I'm going to set it as I go. That way, I just don't have to worry about it. Okay. Wolves over this way. Cool. Here we go. Okay. Cool. So now that can just go in there. Wonderful. Okay, so that's great. Yeah, so we've got lots of depth here. What I'm kind of wondering is, what if we take something... Maybe some resin? Maybe some resin. Okay, hang on. I need some more resin bricks. Let's take some of these. If this works, we're going to need to get a lot more resin. But kind of what I'm thinking is, let's do... I need some temp blocks here. Okay. What if we were to come through here like so, and let's bring our resin blocks along the top like this. Okay. That's going to give us a little bit of orange back here, which I think is going to be a nice little, it's going to be a nice look. But then, what if I come in, actually maybe not with the verdant frog lights. Let's instead use the ochre frog lights. It's going to make that much of a difference? Probably not, but do it anyway. Okay. Right, so let's hop out here and turn off the gamma override, right? So we've got a little bit of light, a little bit, it's not quite as much, right? Right, because the light is coming in from underneath. But it lights this up in a way I think that's really cool, with and then with the orange behind it, right? And of course, there has to be stairs so you can see the light. Otherwise, something like orange concrete, orange terracotta might be good, but that could be fun. Another option be, I think I still have some, yeah, some resin walls here. So what if instead of the stairs, this might be better, this might not be, but we'll give it a shot. And, okay, so clean out some of this deep slate. I need to take this diorite out too for now. Okay. And let's see what this looks like. I think I like that a little bit better. I would, obviously you can see through that gap, which I don't like. We'll have to do something about that, but, and that's a solvable problem. Honestly, I could take just some more frog lights. And I don't know that I totally want it to be just this one block wide, but right, we could do something like this. And that gives us an interesting look. I wonder if the spruce leaves really are the choice there. All right, hang on. Let's sleep because it's dark out and I don't think I've slept for a while. And let's head up to the surface. I have a bunch of mangrove leaves. Let's see if those mangrove leaves are better. I don't know if they will be or not, but it's worth looking at. And I have a lot of mangrove leaves, so you know that's something. Okay. All right. So yeah, so let's grab some mangrove leaves. Guess it doesn't matter. I can bring 2 stacks. All right. Okay, so let's hop over here. And let's try this with the mangrove leaves instead of the spruce. Okay, so if we come in with the mangrove. You know, I think I kind of like the mangrove better. The spruce is good, but I like that it's a little bit brighter. So it makes it a little bit easier to see the green. The spruce was almost too dark and was sort of disappearing into gray. Okay. All right, well, that's good. I've got a lot more mangrove, so I can go with that. I could totally go with that. All right. So then now what? Okay. Now, so that's that. Now, I don't think. Turn this back on for a minute. Oops. So I don't think having this cut out here. Let's go and try putting this back. So this might work out better with this brighter green than it did with the spruce. Obviously I'd want to light it up and stuff, but that might not be bad. That might not be bad at all. All right. So if I were to come behind this, it's going to take that out. That resin. Said we totally would have to redo those entryways, but that's okay. Yep, and I'm gonna have to go spend some time at the resin farm. Right, so if I were to come in like so, and then let's see, what would be the best way of getting up there? Yeah, we'll just come up this side. Okay, there we go. Upsy daisy. All right. So if we take this out and instead come in here with the frog lights. Okay. All right, so that would give us this sort of look. Hang on, let's go down and actually look at it. Yeah, see, that's a little better. And even being able to see the frog lights up there isn't bad. I could try it with the green frog lights, but I think I like the difference in color there. Okay. Now, how big is this? This is 3. All right, what if instead we come up this way? All right, I'm gonna take those out. Put the terracotta back, and let's come up here. Okay. I'll just cut my way through there. Right, well, what if we do it this way instead? Put the mangrove leaves here. Okay, like so. The walls would come back behind it here. Okay. And then I could bring in the frog lights. Okay. Hang on. I need frog lights and I probably need walls, but yeah, but then if I bring in the frog lights up this way. Okay. I thought I had more than that, but apparently not. Oh, I did have more than that. I just dropped them. I mean, that's fair. That is perfectly fair. In any case, if we bring these guys up that way. Okay. Carpet, but it's all right. Is that... I think I like that a little bit better. Okay. Let's go ahead and take those out. Do I still have those chiseled? Yeah. Okay, we'll just put this back, which is good because I like this. So happy to make that change. Okay. So we go ahead and sandwich that in like so. All right. I think we're gonna get some wool. Okay. These guys still fighting up here? No, they're good. Okay. Alright, so what if I were to come back this way with some wool? Close off the sides like so. How does that look? Yeah, that looks good. I like that. I like what this is doing. Okay, now I could do a little bit more here. I could also... I want a little bit of something... A little bit of white, maybe? Over this red. I hate to say it. I think what I need is the wood from the dappled forest, because it's got that the trapdoors that have that sort of diamond toilet seat shaped cut out in them. That might not be bad to come across here. Because sadly, the pale oak, which is a lovely shade of white, is a solid trapdoor, which normally I like, but this time I want something that's going to let this color through. And unfortunately, the other trapdoors that would go through here just don't have the they don't have holes in them. The only other one that might work could be bamboo, which do I have bamboo over here? I do have some bamboo. If I were to bring some bamboo, woohoo, so I can fall off. Falling off is good. Okay, and then, yep, again with the falling. That's okay. Other than the fact it's looks, I mean, it's off, but just turn that. I might want to cut one off the sides, but then again, let's go and fill that all the way up. This was not on my bingo card today, but that's fine. I don't like bingo. Yeah, when I was in high school, it was a fundraiser for band. I worked in a bingo hall a couple of times. Man, it's nothing like being around a bunch of 80-year-old chain smokers to realize that this sucks. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll do it. That's going to bring some light, and then definitely going to have to spread that out and around throughout the rest of this. The other thing I'm going to do is come up along the top, and we're going to cut some spots for glass, probably black glass with frog lights or something underneath, so we get some light up here. But that I think is going to be a good look, right? That's not necessarily where I want that to be, but if I were to do full frames like so, yeah, probably not right there. But I like this idea. I really do. Yeah, because that's, again, with the lights off. So to bring some light and life to the outside of this building. Sorry, there's a hill in the way. And that is going to be really nice as we come through here. All right, so let's go ahead and fudge. I'm going to need some more. We need some more walls. And yeah. Oh, hang on. Wait, a disconnect. Hang on. We should be back here in just a moment. Hope. Okay. Hopefully we'll be okay. I think we're back. I mean, gotta love network issues, right? Do you gotta love them? Are you sure you love them? Totally love them. Okay. Okay, I think we're all right. Okay. Probably. Okay, so let's continue on with our joy of joys here. All right. No, we're good. Everything is fine. I'm just confused. All right. We're good. We're back. Sorry. The disconnect was just a little bit funky. All right. Let's go take these out. But yeah, I like what this is doing. Just not in that particular part of the wall, but let's get back here. Take our frog lights back. Okay, and all this stuff. Good news is I'm not lacking for frog lights. I have plenty. Actually, I've got plenty fairly close, because I think the Froglight farm is just the other side of the portal that's on the hill. But if I were to come around this way, I guess it would be easier to have done this from the inside, but that's all right. Yeah, so if I come up this way, yeah, we'll have to back out a little bit, but that's fine. All right. All right, so we're going to have the leaves come all across. Yeah, leaves coming all across there, right? So mangrove leaves go with like so. That's there. Get our walls. Okay. Then we get our frog lights. Okay. Yeah, so these are just going to come right across like so. All right. Sweet. All righty. Now, what I want to see, well, actually, let's just free cam it for a minute. So aside from the fact there's scaffolding in the way, but if we were walking up back this way, or better yet, if you're out here in some other part of the city. Yeah, see, that's going to light up nicely. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get over there and put some trap doors in place. Yeah, I was definitely not expecting to be using the bamboo trap doors today, but that's okay. They look good, and yeah, they work. I think I'd be happier with them if they were a lighter color. If I had a lighter color trapdoor to use, but that's fine. That's fine. These ones will work out just fine. Okay. All right, goes like so. Right. Okay. Cool. Now, obviously that's not going to be the only light there is, but yeah, if you're over here, you know, in the park or coming out of this section of the city, yeah, that's going to look good. So bringing, I said I don't want to do a full stripe of that. That would be a little much, but bringing that sort of decoration, right? Bring that into various parts of this wall. Now the question is, how do I want to do that? Okay, because the reality is we've got a big wall here, and okay, got ladders there. We've got a big wall there, and it just is big, and it's dark. And remember, I don't want dark. I want light. Again, light is life. Light is what you get when people live someplace. Okay. And as long as you're not under a repressive tyranny, you should have plenty of light everywhere. Especially when it's dark, you know? Okay. Let's go and open this, or at least pull this wall away from the building. So I think I talked about it a little bit last week, that I think I want this to go away. Okay. And I need to I need to drop off some stuff here. I am burdened with glorious deep slate. All right. Diorite can go in there. Okay. Oh yeah, I saw a better way of dealing with these. And I need to go back and look at what it looks like. But anyway, future me problems, right? Future me has so many problems. That is one of them. I really need just to remember how to build an item elevator. Because drop elevators are cool. Okay. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do with this pool is I'm going to bring it over to this side. Just have it stop right about here. Continue this floor going this way. And then somewhere over around here, we'll start the flooding again. Just like here's one section, it's not flooded, and the rest of it is. All right. All right. So we've got something. Okay, so the question then is, what do we do with the rest of it? I don't have an answer to that, but it'd be really cool if I did. Okay, if that was to go that way. I don't mind this section. Right? And again, I have to figure out what the heck I'm doing with some of this stuff, but I don't mind this bridge coming over here, but I don't like this segment. Just sort of in the way. Okay. So I guess I'm just digging this out now. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. I think it was going to happen anyway, so we'll do it now. It's one less thing for future me to do, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, because leaving this solid here, opening this up, and letting the water flow underneath it so that this becomes a bridge, sort of. Yeah. I need to figure out something to do with the ground here. You know, what am I going to replace this deep slate with, right? And that type of thing. I don't know what. I mean, I could just bring moss, right? Moss would be fine. But that's fine. Okay. But the reality is I got these big freaking walls, and what am I going to do with them? Okay. And the short answer is I don't know. Okay. I think those are going to end up in the overflow. Let's actually take them out. Okay. Because what I could do is let's just take... Oh no, they are going to go in there. Okay. Cool. Well, they'll get themselves sorted out somehow. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and throw all of that stuff in the storage. All right, hey, automated storage. It's awesome. But I still don't know what's happening with these walls. Now, the walls are kind of long. This one less so, but these are long walls. I wonder if it would make sense. I wonder if it would make sense to to do horizontal something or vertical, right? Because if I bring something vertical, it sort of breaks up the length of this wall. Excuse me. But if I go horizontal, it almost emphasizes it, you know? It's not necessarily a bad thing. Having something that emphasizes how large this is not totally bad. I just don't know what or where, right? Oh, jeez. Okay. So what do I do? That is the next question. What the heck do I do? Okay. And the short answer is I don't know. That's the answer a lot these days. I don't know what I'm doing. Getting my feet wet, apparently. Okay, so what I could do, so I've got a couple of options here, right? I could come in with the trapdoors and stuff, and I could come in, say, here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks from the outside. Now I could also center this, but so if I let's come across this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try that again, this time with feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Right, so I could bring something along those lines. Yeah, that's too low. That's definitely too low. I'd want to move it up, but it's not bad. I don't think I want to do it in one. I don't think I want to do it in one segment. What if I do this? Let's take this out. And let's come across this way. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we'll do the same thing on this side. We're a block away. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that one shouldn't be there. Okay. And then come up this way. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we sort of have light there. And then let's come up this way. Where's the center of this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Terracotta is hard to count on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So right here at the center, Here's the center. We go 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, obviously, I would need to come in and get all of the stuff in place, but would that work? That might work. You know, let's just get the scaffolding out of the way so I can actually see the wall. Yes, but I think these are actually a little too small. Okay. Okay. Hey, look, we're out of bamboo. Fortunately, I have a bamboo farm right here. Can't get into it, but I have it, by golly. Crafting table. Okay. And planks and trapdoors. Cool. All right. That works. All right. Yep, definitely. Definitely have a bamboo farm, and it definitely is doing stuff. All right. So let's come this way. Now I think. All right. So we bring the trapdoor. Oops, nope, not that one. Trapdoors go like so. I think I might want to bring them in a little bit. Okay. Then okay, we'll pop these guys in like so. All right. All right, let's see what that looks like. Again, I still have to put the greenery in, but yeah, lengthening those was definitely the way to go. All right. All right, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. All right. So what I need to do then is get in here with our mangrove. Okay. Mangrove leaves. Yeah, I think that's going to look good as we come around here. On the shorter walls over here around the corner, we'll adapt, okay? I'm not entirely sure how yet, but we'll adapt. Okay. All right, and obviously I still have to get frog lights and things up there, but it's okay. We'll get that in a bit. Honestly, I probably need to go hit my resin farm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think this will be good. Let's get the scaffolding out of the way so we can see what's going on. But I think that'll be good. Now, it's still a little dark, obviously, but yeah, that'll be good. Let's get some of the frog lights underneath. Or underneath, just around. Yeah. Yep. Frog lights. you know, jeez, all the happy little garbage that's sitting inside the what's left of this central area. All right. Okay. Sorry, OBS is having to reconnect. Okay, let's make sure everything is still... Hopefully everything is still behaving itself. Beam has definitely had issues from time to time, but I don't know if this is a Beam issue. It could very well be a me issue. I've had some internet issues off and on over the last couple of weeks, so... Alright, so try to keep an eye on that, make sure everything stays up and happy. Okay, is everything up and happy? I hope everything's up and happy. Oops. Da, 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 da. Okay, something is perhaps up and happy. We'll figure it out here in a minute. Okay. Hang on again. I just gotta check some things. It's all good. All right. It's fine. All right. Now I'm still gonna have to get the other stuff back here, but that's okay. So I don't have all of the... I have some resin, but not enough. Oops, that's not what I need. Not enough for what I'm looking for here. Okay, so I don't need the skulk veins. Okay. Jeez. Okay. So that's going to go that way. Stop up here. Yeah, we'll just see what the light looks like once I get all of this in place. I think it's going to look really good, actually. Come on. Might as well use it while it's here. Okay. All right, nice. Okay. I think I have enough frog lights for this. Or not frog lights, resin for this one. Can't do the other one, I don't think. Though I might have enough resin in one of the other boxes to take care of that, but... Okay. Yeah, I think that's doing okay. Not entirely sold on it, but it's definitely bringing some life over to this area, right? Yeah, and once I start getting some light on the roof, right, that's going to light up the top up there. We're going to bring in some lights around for the portal. So that's all going to be looking good. But yeah, it's not bad. I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't break up or bring some of the wool down here. But for now, it's okay, I guess. We'll go with it for now. Okay. I'm gonna have to heal up my tools here in a minute. My shears I've definitely seen better days. Okay. Alright, so let's go on either side of this. Grab our... Bring all of our happy little frog lights through here. Okay. I don't need to clean this out. It's not hurting me. There's nothing going on back here. I don't really care that much. I mean, that's not stopping me, obviously. Why should we let not caring stop us from doing anything, right? Kind of like the idea of maybe having a door there. Okay, but yeah, if we come out this way, yeah, see, it's looking nice. Obviously, I can see through the mangrove leaves, and that's not ideal, but we'll backstop that in a minute. But otherwise, things are looking pretty okay. All right, let me go see if I've got another... see if I've got enough resin to back those mangrove leaves. Let's see, this one. Not really. Yeah, I am pretty much out. Okay. Well, that's not ideal. That is not ideal at all. All right. Yeah, definitely gonna have to farm some resin. This is looking better too now that the copper is changing. Yeah, I'm liking this. Liking this a lot better with the copper there. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking somewhere, maybe on both sides, we'll set up bubble elevators and do some fun things, because there's nothing, you know, because I can bring that all the way up here so I get in and out of the portal. Right, that's going to be sort of important, right? Okay. All right, so what do I do? Because, yeah, I guess I can just bring these over here. The question is, where do I want them? Okay. So, because I could do the same thing, right? I can come in bottom. That's how I did that, right? Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And of course, take off the one don't need. Yep. Once again with the hey, I don't need that there. All right. That eats up most of the wall. On the other hand, that may not be a bad thing. If I were to come over this way, lay this out here. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's falling. 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then underneath here. Okay, again with the falling, because that's a thing that I do. Is that going to be okay with the... Maybe I want to reverse that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So it's just easier to put the trap doors in and look at it that way than it is to start cutting holes in the wall and all that stuff, you know? I do like being able to see that terracotta through the bamboo, though. Such a good color. Okay. All right, we'll take that down and let's bring it up over on this side. Come on, we can do it. Or we can't do it. That's okay, too. Scaffolding is too hard for me. Sometimes, you know, you get those things in Minecraft that are just really difficult. You know, redstone and stuff. Scaffolding. 5, 6, 6, 7. Counting. Counting's another one that's just... These are the things that are just too hard for me. And somehow I still manage to actually build things. You know, I don't know how, but somehow I manage it. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this out. We'll get the mangrove in there. I don't know if this is the best thing ever, but you know, it works, and I'll go with it, you know. All right, and get our leaves in. All right, so now pop that out. Awesome. Okay, so let's go inside, light this thing up, and you know, hopefully get something reasonable here. Okay. Once again, we're getting the wool blocks on the side. Let's get our frog lights. Come on, do it. There we go. And I can take out this old wall. You know, there's a museum in Denver. It's the Denver Natural History Museum, which I went to a few times as I was growing up, and then later took my own kids to it. They had the original museum, and then they decided to expand. And what they ended up doing was kind of cool. They built the extension around the existing museum. So when you're inside the museum, you could actually see what were the outside walls of the old museum. Sort of a cool look, actually. All right. Now, I said I need some stuff. Let's do this. Let's head back to the Badlands real quick, because night is just about falling. Let's hop in here and grab a sword. Okay. All right. Now, of course, I'm coming with my pockets full, so that's always good. Let's head to the Badlands. And then, we'll head to the Badlands. I'll hit my resin farm, and let's see if I can collect a little bit of resin. Okay. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Which way do we go, George? Which way do we go? This way. All right. Now, Obviously, I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time here, but I want to see if I can get into the farm and get enough resin to finish up, this, at least the sections I've done. Obviously, I'm going to have a few more walls to do, but, if I can get those sections done, I think it's going to be good. Okay. I can turn off the gamma override. It's not necessary here. All right. Oh, hang on. I forgot how to get into the farm. All right. All right. We'll just turn the auto attack on it. Yeah, so you can see we've got all of these guys showing up. They should all get flushed eventually down into that channel there. Yeah, there's some stuff here. I thought about a couple of ways of improving some of this, because unfortunately, with the way some of the resin shows up, it stops the water in a few places, and it keeps the creaking from all flushing down here. But like I said, I had a solution, I just don't remember what it was. But okay. And maybe I just have to shift that wall a little bit more often, but okay. Sword's still doing okay. On the other hand, I certainly have enough creaking here that I'm, it's not like I'm stressed. It is kind of filling the wall. Yeah, honestly, I think I just need to speed that up. If I make that clock a little faster, this might be nicer. Have that go maybe twice as fast, something like that. That might be good, right? Yep. The other thing that might be worth doing is, I don't know, doing something with the creaking there. Because right now they're all hitting this and all entity cramming back. So, yeah, this farm's a little broken. But it's okay, it works. It definitely works. Yeah, sadly, the entity cramming doesn't generate enough, or doesn't cause damage. You have to hit them, with a sword. It has to be a player kill for all of that to work, but it's okay. So we got a few of these. So we got a bunch of these resin stacks that, I suppose if I were to stop swinging for a minute. Right, so if I were to just go ahead and stop that for a sec. So we're not generating more resin. Okay. We'll give this a chance to flush, get all of that extra resin into the hoppers. Okay. Yeah, I had a solution for that, and I don't remember what it was now. Oh well. Yeah, also, I need to come in. Obviously, it's generating a bunch of resin on the backside of this, too. And apparently some on the top. You know. But yeah, it's sort of glitching out the top and the sides and things like that. So it might be... Yeah, so we get a fair amount of resin that ends up out here. I think I can stop that. I think there's some things I can do, but yeah, it's just a little crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and finish the night here. I won't do more than one night, but... I'd say I'm boring you all, but, you know, nobody's watching anyway, so, you know, whatever. We'll just go with it. We'll stop for a minute so I can bring the health back. Or bring the food back, anyway. Yeah, so, anyway, it's definitely doing its thing here. Yeah, that... Yeah, if I just speed up the clock on that wall, that'll be significantly better, I think. Because right now I think we've got some that generates, but then, or it would generate, but it can't because all of the spaces are full. So yeah, so if I just cut that in half, yeah, that I think will do a lot better. So we'll go pull some items out of the hoppers once the sun comes up. It does look cool, though. I mean, I guess if I turn on the GEM override so you can see, it's a little bit brighter. But all right, that's all right. Yeah. See, eventually, most of those guys end up over here. So yeah, it really takes off, right? Just see, it fills the wall all at once. Yeah, the creaking just all sort of pile up. Which is great, that's what we want to happen. But... And then right about now... Yeah, I guess maybe it's 5:30. The creaking will all dissolve. It will all disintegrate, and that will be the end of that. Yeah, sadly the farm only works at night. So just, yeah, see, there they all go. Okay. Awesome. Alright, so that's gonna finish doing its thing. While it does that, let's, oh, that's right. It's down here generating resin blocks. I haven't auto-crafting that. Yeah, let's hop up here. Jeez. It's the best way of doing this. So it'd be easier if I actually had inventory space, but no, I just not bother with that nonsense. Okay. Yeah, so let's hop over here to this clock. Can I reach the hoppers from here? Okay. All right. We'll just do that. Do I want to take one more? Could take one more, but I think that'll do it. I think that'll solve that problem anyway. Okay. All right, let's go. Yeah, pick up all of our happy little resin bits and bobs that are hanging around out here. Okay. Yep. Because unfortunately the farm leaks a little bit. Well, that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and throw that in. And what we should be seeing, you know, back. Should be seeing, right, these crafters are definitely doing some stuff. Yeah, that was empty. And we've got definitely a few more blocks of resin to our name. But yeah, this is... Yeah, definitely crafting a fair amount of resin. So, that's good. All right. So while that finishes, let's head down this way. All right, that'll work. Yeah, we'll just grab another stack. That should work. Looks like, honestly, that might be it. Which is fine. Still, 6 stacks plus, I could live with that. Okay. Good deal, see? It's a nice little farm. All right, so let's head back. Let's head back to the city. Oh, I can't head back to the city. I mean, I can, but that's... These aren't going to do me any good raw. I've got to cook them. Okay, that's fine. That's just fine. Let's head to the furnace. Yeah, we're just going to be all over the place today. All right. That one. Yep. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. I said I really should label them, but I haven't. So, you know, that's just where we're at. All right. I need a shulker box. I need inventory space so I can do something with the shulker box. Okay. Yeah, no, this is fine. Okay. All right. Almost 1 stack of resin. There we go. Yeah, see, I kind of wish I could just smelt the blocks and have magic happen, but no, that's just not going to be a thing. Okay. On the other hand, smelting 27 stacks of resin will be fairly easy, actually. All right, and go. Okay, so while that's cooking, let's go ahead and turn these into into resin so we can get... That is empty, right? Okay. Yep, I need to remember to actually do that before I start cooking things, but... That's fine. Everything's great. I was to say, I've got those blocks around here somewhere. There they are. Okay. So yeah, we're definitely going to be ending up with all sorts of fun stuff here. All right. Let's see. I need to go back this way. I want to take a look. Like I said, because sometimes weird things happen. This doesn't quite, or things kind of end up out of sync a little bit. And the farm stops working, but I think we're okay. Yeah. So we're doing all right. Let's see what we've got. Got a lot of stuff to cook, but that's okay. It'll cook 3 stacks. Well, it'll cook all 27 stacks in the time it would take to cook 3. So, you know, again, not the fastest thing in the world, but, you know, it's all right. Anyway, that's okay. We'll let this cook. I've got another batch to go. This was not quite what I was expecting to be doing, is having to deal with more resin, but you know, there's a resin for everything. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That would even hurt me. I apologize. That would hurt me too. Again, deep inside, and I think maybe if I ate more resin bran, I'd be able to flush those jokes right out of my system. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, that's just... It's all painful. Alright, well, the first cart hasn't returned yet, so... Alright, let's see, what else have we got going on then? I don't want to... There's stuff I could work on while we're waiting, but nothing I want to go really get in the weeds on, you know? So I've got some spaces that I really need to dig out and get redstone all sorted out so I can get the mob swappers in place, but why do I have a... I shouldn't have a guardian in here. Just I don't think. Is there... I wonder if I just hit one block that was just at the guardian level, right? Everything should be... Well, no, I guess it's down here. Yeah, no, that's absolutely what's going to happen. If I were to activate that, which I don't think I can do from this side, yeah, we'd end up getting a guardian in here. I mean, cool, but not at all what I'm looking for. All right, anyway. Okay. Still waiting on things. Okay, I said it cooks 27 stacks in the time it would take to cook 3, but still waiting for 3 stacks of stuff to to finish cooking is a definitely a wait. Oh, darn, missed it. Okay, we'll take a quick peek as it comes by. Or not. Okay, it's actually really close. Oh. That little dink was it coming back. Okay. Yep, there it is. So, let's go ahead and reload it. I can't send it off. Okay. There that one is too. All right. All right, so that's all going to go in there. Cool. Now we can offload the resin. I should craft that into blocks, but I'll do that while we're letting the next batch cook. But I have to empty this minecart first, so I don't accidentally overload it and cause problems. Okay. And there we go. All right, so we'll go cook those other ones. All right. You know, it might be kind of nice. I don't have anything like it, but it might be kind of nice to have an automatic compactor. You know, something like where you take a crafter and it's like, no, this is just going to craft. So set this up, program it to do blocks, and just let it spit out blocks. That might be a thing. Okay. So we got that going. And actually, well, curious, are these? Yeah, we're getting some dried kelp here. Yeah, these are just, if I have a quick and dirty, I need to smelt half a stack of things or half a stack of things. And I don't want to do, if this system is designed to cook stacks, right? I've got 64 furnaces here, right? And each of these, right, a dried kelp block will cook something like 20 items. So yeah, this thing is designed to cook in bulk. But sometimes I just need to cook a couple of things. So, you know, that's what we've got going on here, where I can just sort of come in, throw a couple things in the furnace, and it's fed by the same system that keeps the main, right, these furnaces filled. That same system keeps those smokers going. It also sends kelp over into these furnaces as well. But that's a relatively new addition, so that's why these are not super full. Okay, but it does keep things nice and happy. Okay, so we're doing on. Why is this not? Oh, right, because I put the hay bale on top of it. That would explain why I can't open that. That's okay. We've got a shulker box full of hay bales, so that's definitely a good sign. Okay, we should be getting relatively close at this point. Yeah, and this thing has been fueling for a while. Yeah. I forgot to stream today. Yes, I do stream today. Yep. How you doing, Chair? That's why you turn on notifications, right? Yeah, sorry, we're taking a little detour. Now we're close. Should be down here in a minute. Had to take a little detour because I needed some resin. And I used up what I had, so I had to go smelt that nonsense. There it is. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead. Get this. Yeah, I had to go take a couple of minutes at the resin farm. And then I basically spent the night there farming. Oops. And now we should have not all the resin in the world, but probably enough to finish this project. All right. All right. Where am I? I forgot how my base was shaped. All right. Oh, I'm going to need more. I'm going to need more rockets. I'm going to need more rockets. Rockets. There we go. Yeah, because it's a little bit of a flight, and those 2 rockets, well, they would probably get me there. Maybe it would be really slow. Anyway, how you doing, Chair? Hope you're having a fabulous day. All right. Honestly, I think I only needed like 7 to finish what I had. 7 resin blocks, but that's all right. We make do with what we got. And what we've got is 12 stacks of resin blocks. Somehow we'll make that last. No, there's a fair amount of other decorative nonsense that needs to happen. I think that we'll be able to get some. We'll get some resin in, but otherwise this will work. And down we go. All right. Nice. So let's go ahead and come on, fly. So yeah, so this is what I've been working on. We finished getting the walls up, and we started adding some decorative nonsense in here, which is good. Breaking up these walls here a little bit. Not that I necessarily minded the full that full wall of just red terracotta, but it was a little more a plain, I think, is what I'm looking for. It's a little more warehouse than I really wanted to go with. Okay, yes, this is a warehouse. I mean, it's a storage system. So having it look like a warehouse isn't necessarily a bad thing, except that it is sort of under the key focal point of the city. So, okay. So yeah, we'll definitely need to expand things out this way. And frankly, all the way around the dealy bob here, but that is not happening tonight. But all in all, though, I think it's good when you end up coming back out this way. Right, when you're here in the rest of the populated portions of the city. Be able to come out here and actually see this. This isn't too bad. you do lose a little bit of the area under the portal. But the way that's lit, of course, the portal itself adds a lot of light, and so that really draws a lot of focus. And this is starting to look alive. Looks like there's something going on here, which is sort of the idea. Again, light is life. When you're looking at something like this, you see every place that's dark. Let's free cam up. Every place that's dark is looks sort of dead and abandoned. But every place where there's light, yeah, see, there's life here. Over there, not so much. Until you come around to the to where the Masons are living, right? You get the dock and this whole mess over here. So you've got some life happening there, but lots of darkness all around. So definitely need to add light to this so that it looks like, it's alive. Like people are here, people are using it. That's the idea. Yes, is the ceiling dark up there? Absolutely. But down here where we're living, yeah, we've got lots of light. Okay, we do lose some light in the farm here. It might be good to come in and maybe place some blocks inside place some light blocks inside the farm there. But that's all right. That's a problem for future me. For now, I've got shulkers everywhere. But that's okay. That's okay. We've got progress being made, so that's a win. But that is, however, going to have to be the end of the stream today. I want to thank all of you for hanging out with me today. It's been fun trying to figure out something. I'm not totally sold on everything we've done today, but I think we've made some good progress, and that's a plus. I should also roll credits. I want to thank everybody, too, who's supported the channel. So if you want to help support the channel, musicfreegaming.com is the place to do it, and you'll get your name in the credits, which is, again, awesome and amazing. The next stream is going to be Thursday. Not tomorrow. Next stream is going to be Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. I think I'll be back in Terraria, so that'll be fun. So check that action out. And remember, next week, a week from today, birthday stream, I'm going to be starting a new modded Minecraft world. So be sure to check that action out. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.